Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the cost of living in Ardmore. How much does it cost to live in Ardmore? Is it worth it? Can I afford it? Well, that's what this video is going to be all about today. Cost of living in Ardmore. How much money does it cost to live in Ardmore, PA, mainline Pennsylvania, suburb of Philadelphia? Thanks for joining us. Hey everybody, I'm Gregory Martyr, your local real estate expert here in Ardmore and on the main line. Thanks for joining our channel. Thanks for stopping by. Please hit that subscribe button. There's a ton of great videos on our channel, all about the main line, all about Ardmore, all about what it costs to live on the main line, what it's like to live on the main line, what's good, what's bad, what's to love, what's to hate. Hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification. You can call me, email me, text me anytime, send a carrier pigeon, send smoke signals. You could even holler, 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 hello, hello. You could even yodel, yodel-ee-hoo. Sorry. But please email any questions you have. We're happy to help. You want us to look at a certain area, we're happy to do it. We'll take our camera, we'll go right out there in the field and show you what it's really like. But today's video is all about the cost of living in Ardmore. Thanks for joining us. So the median income here in Ardmore is right around $80,000 with a median price point just about the $500,000 mark. Of course, you've got a ton of great options for housing. You could get into a condo in the $100,000 and $200,000 range. They've even got luxury condos in the $1 million range where literally no expense has been spared. We did a video on the living and ins and outs of Ardmore. Check that out. There's shopping, there's real estate on there. Really sweet, but Ardmore is an excellent spot for investing too. You can get into a twin or a row home or even a single family home right around the $300,000 and $400,000 price point. There's a ton of options around the $500,000 and between $500,000 and $1 million. Just an excellent area, really close to shopping. You got the main line, Ardmore Station, of course, walkable. Ardmore Square is a great shopping experience. So the median price point is about double the national average. Nationally, the average price point is right around $280,000, and Ardmore's median price point is around that $500,000 mark, with a ton of options though up and below and above that. As far as renting and what kind of rents can you get, a great condo in that $200,000 range, you could easily rent for about $1,500, depending on how many bedrooms. Figure 2 bedrooms around $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, 3 bedrooms around $1,400, $1,500 and above. And then you can get into some of the twins and housing into the $2,000 range and there above. So what about utilities? We got you into a great place. What kind of utilities you're looking at? You could have anything and everything from being all-inclusive with a great HOA fee, which would include all of your utilities, or you could actually pay for all of them separately. You're looking at anything between water, sewer, trash. Sometimes the trash is in with the taxes. Recycling, you would want to allot for gas, whether it's propane or natural gas, or maybe heating oil or electric to how you're going to heat the place, including hot water. You've got cable, you've got food pricing, and we're going to check it all out today. So let's start with the utilities. The water, sewer, trash is right around $20 a month each. So again, sometimes with your taxes in some of the townships, Ardmore not included. You do have to pay your trash separate, but some of the ins and outs of the different HOAs will include your trash. So figure $20 a month for trash, $20 for water, and $20 for sewer. This is an average usage of 2.5 people. Is there really a half a person out there? If you could imagine, a family of 4 may use more than $20 a month worth, but it's a good average to use. Your electric bill is going to run you probably between $60 and $80, depending on how much electric you use, depending on how much YouTube you watch, especially if you're checking out our channel. I understand it's going to be a little more, but it'll be well worth it, I promise. The electric would cover, your lighting, anything you have plugged in, essentially. If you had electric heat, obviously your heating bill is going to be a little higher. If you're doing for heating, figure gas or propane or oil. Electric being the most expensive, oil being a little less expensive, and then as you come down, propane and gas, natural gas being the most efficient, depending on your windows, depending on how cold you keep it, and depending on if your mom yells at you and says, put a sweater on or put an extra pair of socks on if you're cold, don't turn the heat up. But it's your house, your rules. So your heating bill is going to be at least $100 to $200 a month. Could be as much as $300 a month. It does get pretty cold here in Pennsylvania, especially in the Philadelphia suburbs. Ardmore is no exception. We do get down into the teens and even into the single digits and with the wind chill factor. But we do average, like I said, right around maybe $100 to $300 a month in the dead of winter. And you can figure on maybe 3 or 4 months worth of that pricing, and then as it would spread out. Air conditioning does run on electric. Depends on how efficient your system is, but that could run you about $100 to $200 a month in the dead of summer. And it does get pretty humid here. So just be aware of that. June, July, August time, May, sometimes in May as well, into September. So 3-4 months worth of an additional electric expense, unless you do the window units, but it's all relative to that. So we talked about water, sewer, trash. We got you warm with your gas, your natural gas. So how about cable and cable TV and internet? So television, it ranges. There's so many great choices for television, cable TV. A couple $100 a month could get you pretty much every channel, including the internet, depending on which service you use. We do have Xfinity here. We do have Verizon, and we do have America Online. There is dial-up available. Can't believe I'm saying it, but it is true. But certainly, for internet alone is at least $60, up to maybe $100. You add the cable television in and different TV options. If it was one provider, it could be a couple of $100, all inclusive for all of that. So how about food? Maybe you're hungry before you watch some TV, or you're hungry before you're going to check out one of these great videos on our channel, or maybe you're searching the internet on your dial-up and you want a snack. Our groceries are really, really affordable here if you're going to cook your own food. Family of 4, an average bill right here in Ardmore, figuring you're going to go to groceries, even if you're buying all organic stuff and really good stuff, really good for your body and really good for your wallet. A family of 4 is going to average now right around $300-400 a week. Could be a little less, could be a little more, depending on how much you eat and what you eat. But it's certainly going to cost you, more than $1,000 a month. But well worth it, of course. You want to go out to eat, you said? Not a problem. They got a ton of great restaurant opportunities here in Ardmore. Ton of great little places, great little cafes, great little boutique type sandwich shops, awesome fine dining. There's just a ton of restaurant choices. The median is going to come right around the $40-50 per person. That gives you an appetizer, gives you a main course, and gives you one drink. Now you want to add a dessert, you want to add a couple more drinks, you want to add something a little more fancy. Of course, it's going to cost you a little more. You could be double that. There are tons of great options, but fine dining is going to be at least $100 or more per person, and then you can get you into a nice deli in this area as well, or a little sandwich shop, or one of these cool little spots in Ardmore Square. We could get you in probably around the $15-20 per person range. You want to go really full out and have a really fancy fine dining where they put crystal on the table and they put sterling silver on there as well. It could be upwards of $200 per person. So we got to go to work to pay for all this. I understand that. There's a lot of telecommuting going on in Ardmore. You can certainly, if you're walkable, there's a lot of business districts here. You may be taking the train. That might cost you a couple $100 a month, depending. You get 240 rides, I think, for about $200, relatively speaking, on the main line. That'll take you into Center City, which runs every 40 minutes. And there are multiple stops on the main line. You do have to pay for parking. You can actually get a parking spot, at Ardmore Station. But you can park at your house and walk. You can ride your bike. That's probably the most efficient and cheapest, or you can walk to work. There are a ton of great options for commutable. If there are carpool options that you could certainly take advantage of. You could do an Uber, you could do a Lyft, of course. But if you're going to be driving into work, depending on how far you go, gasoline is right around $2.60. It's the beginning of 2020 now. We're in February, so just to kind of be relatively speaking, the gasoline prices may be up or down depending on what day and time you're watching our video. So we got you in a car. The gasoline's right around $2.60. I've seen it as low as $2.40. And then, of course, there's always that one place where it's the only gas station for miles, and you're almost on E, and you desperately need gasoline, and they're going to be offering it to you for more than $3 a gallon, but the average is right around $2.60. So we got you to work, we got you gasoline, we got you happy, we got you fed, you're happy with that. How about we do some fun now, right? There's a ton of fun places to go eat and experience. great eating opportunities. There's a ton of breweries and a ton of wineries in the area as well. The average drink in the average place is going to be between $5 and $6 per drink. There's certainly some places that'll charge you a little less, and then there's certainly more expensive places that charge you double that for the same drink you get that you could buy at the state store. But there's always something to be said for the experience. So around $5, $6, $7 for a drink, and could be as much as double that. All in all, there's a ton of great experiences. There are a lot of things to do for the family. You could certainly go out. There's a lot of free stuff to do for families. There's a lot of parks and a ton of township events. They've got a Pop-Tart tasting festival. Now, it's not in Ardmore, but it's on the main line. You could be there within minutes. You could walk and you could jump on the train and go and be there for a couple of dollars. That's something for the kids. For the adults and for families, they've got parades. They've got a ton of township sponsored and town sponsored events. There's a lot of bar crawl and pub crawls. There's a lot of night out crawls where, Narberth as an example. Check out our Narberth video for that. Ardmore has a lot of great opportunity as well. Other fun things to do for the family, you got the free libraries. Now we come up out of free, we've got cheap but fun to do. There are a few great zoo options in this area. You go to the Philadelphia Zoo, obviously you have to go into the city, but in Norristown, which isn't far at all, take the Norristown line right up, hop on in Ardmore, get off in Norristown. You can walk to the Elmwood Zoo. It's a great little zoo. It's so open and expansive. There's a ton of space for everybody. There's a little picnic area. That's fun to do. Very inexpensive. Tickets for that are probably between the $10 and $20 range, depending on which zoo you visit. There's another free petting zoo. They ask for a donation. I say petting because you can pet the animals there. There's a free zoo a little further up into Collegeville, a little further out into the counties. You'd have to drive there, but it's a great experience. So anywhere between $10 and $20 per person, there's a ton of activities to do, and you could walk to them all in Ardmore, and you would have something to do literally every day, every weekend day for an entire year before you'd have to go to the outskirts. So after we had a little fun, we got to keep everybody healthy, right? Talk about healthcare a little bit. The average person is about $240 a month. So average aged, middle aged, average person in average health, $240 a month, and we're right there in the national average. We're a little bit actually on the low side, which is great. We got a ton of great healthcare opportunities here in Ardmore on the main line. There's a lot of great hospitals, and there's a lot of award-winning hospitals right here on the main line. Bryn Mawr Hospital, Lankenau, just to name a couple. It's an excellent price point, couple $100 a month, between $200 and $300 on average for the average person. The average family is right in that $700 and $800 range for a family of 4. With our median income being around $80,000, certainly we're on the lower side, but there's a ton of money in Ardmore, and there's a lot more than $80,000. It's just an average. It's about 13,000 people that live in Ardmore at one time or another. Well, I hope I answered everything for you today for Ardmore, everything that's Ardmore, everything that's a cost of living. If there's something I missed, please comment down below. What are you interested in finding out? Maybe you're wondering how much it costs to send your kids to private school. Or maybe you're wondering how much does it cost to park at the Ardmore train station. Comment that down below. We'll get all your questions answered. You can always call, email, text me anytime. We answer all of our communication. We want to help. We are your real estate resource here on the main line and in Ardmore. Thanks for joining us for the cost of living in Ardmore. We're happy to do another video if we didn't answer all your questions. My name is Gregory Martier, and I'm your local real estate expert here on the main line. Hit that bell notification, subscribe to our channel, comment down below, text me, email me. But call me anytime. I'm happy to help, and I want to be your mainline real estate resource. Thanks for joining us today. See you on the next video.